Guys, look at what just arrived here, basically at the WO workshop. That's right, it's a piece of equipment from a client who hasn't come here in quite a while. In fact, we assembled this equipment for him a long time ago, quite a few years back. To tell you the truth, it's even a piece of equipment that doesn't meet the latest generation specifications. It comes with an AMD Zen Prom, it has 2 GB of RAM, and now it's here to be worked on in LupeDev. The equipment is still working. Just so you can see the kind of things we build here. And now, well, he saw this new Windows 365 we featured on the YouTube channel and wants to try it out. Let's see how it performs on this computer that doesn't meet the requirements. All right? That's right, guys. Let's see how it turns out. The computer, obviously, we're going to have to upgrade it because it originally came with a mechanical drive, a Western Digital Republic. That's right, refurbished. Since, of course, over the years, it had to be replaced. But obviously, if I leave it with that mechanical drive, it's going to be a disaster. It also comes with 2 GB of DDR3 RAM. I'm going to increase it by at least 4 more, add a 4 GB module, and we're going to install an SSD and OTIR so everything runs smoothly. It might have worked. 3.75 like that, but not in optimal conditions. And we want the computer, mainly for my friend, to work properly and super fast. It comes natively with 8.1, so come along with me. Right, that's what it was? That's it, okay? All right, let's get to it. All right, friends, yes, exactly, my dear. Let's get to what is... Hey, come on, go over there. Just a moment. All right, friends, we've already seen that the computer is from way back, quite a dinosaur, right? And as the grandparents say, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. All right, super easy. I'm going to show you a certain part of cloning or universal installation, and from there, you'll also learn how to do a feasible installation yourself. We're going to do it with our famous Windows 365 that we have here in the community. If you don't know what Windows 365 is, I invite you to click down below in the video description because it's a version of Windows that will boost your computer, whether it's the latest generation or already old, and you'll really enjoy it a lot. Anyway, let's continue. For this, we're going to use the Hyper-V tool. And also, obviously, I've already inserted the disk into my computer. All right? What are we going to use? I'm going to my File Explorer. Here I have this device or this SCD disk, which I'm going to set up for the client. I put some stuff on it just so you can see that practically all the information inside is going to be erased. So keep an eye on that. Very well. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to where it says Disk Management. And inside Disk Management, here, this is the disk, the local disk of Liderecho. It's offline. I'll minimize this, Bonta. And here in Hyper-V, I've already created a template that is generation 1. If you don't know what that is, I'll leave you another short video where I explain everything about Hyper-V generations and how it works. All right? This first method is optional. Because what we're going to do inside the machine, you could actually do directly on the physical computer, but this is just to show you another alternative. All right, I'm going to right-click on what is my Generation 1 machine. I'm going to go to Settings to where it says Hard Drive 0 and IDE 0. I'm going to change it to what is the physical hard drive. I'm going to click Apply. All right, and here, obviously I already have my ISO loaded from the bootage, where 365 is also included. I'm going to click OK. Double-click. I minimize. And we're going to start up the machine. Up to this point, everything's fine, right? A lot of us are going to run into this problem because just so you can see that the ISO is genuine, we really don't mess with the security parts. And that's what validates and guarantees, of course, the authenticity of the ISOs we upload and share with the community. Here, I'm going to select Spanish. Mexico. Next, install now. I don't have a product key. Windows Enterprise next. This message will appear. Many people say, wow, Victor, I can't even install it on my old computer anymore. Don't worry, there's a solution. You're going to download a file that I'll leave for you on Discord in the Discord group, Discord, so that you can obviously put it directly onto your USB drive, where you have that ISO. In fact, that USB drive where you made it bootable, where you're going to install your 365, that little file needs to go in the root of that USB. It doesn't matter if you did it with Rufus, it doesn't matter if you did it with Bento or with Media Creation Tools. Well, that little file has to go there. You just copy and paste it into that root directory, and that's it. All right, here, I'm going to do something similar, as if I were now inserting a separate USB drive. That works too, it's valid, and this it. And we're going to do it as follows. Let's click here on back. We're going to press Shift plus F10. And here, we're going to do the following. Directly, we can, to do it visually and immediately. Know where that USB is or where we're going to put that file, simply. Or, to do it pretty much the traditional way, we would use the well-known command disk part. There it is, we press enter, and we ask it to give us a complete list of our disks. And there it is. Disk 0, disk 1. How? By assuming that disk 1 is basically our USB. That's one way to do it. All right, I'm going to type exit here. Done. Now let's go to the drive letter we saw both in the graphical part and here in disk part. All right, I'm going to go directly to and change it to the letter where my file is located. You should enter the letter of the partition where your USB is. And as I said, that's where the file is. All right, colon, enter. Very good. Once we're there, we're going to type the word 11. Yes. Bypass. Yes, .emd, just like that. We press enter. Another pop-up window will appear where we need to press the number 2 since we're performing an installation. And we press enter. It's that simple. We press enter again, and now we go back here, select that we don't have a product key, choose the Enterprise Edition or whichever one you're going to install. And that's it. It now lets us proceed with the post-installation. Yes, we accept. Next, advanced. And whatever shows up here regarding my drives, I just need to be careful because the important one is the partition where I'm going to install all of Windows. It will be this one, the 120 gig one, no more, no less. I'm going to click next there. And that's it. That's the Universal Windows installation, where at the end, before the computer restarts, I remove the SSD and basically put it into my machine. That's one method, the alternative method, or you can do it directly with the file you already put on your USB, the one you created to do this, and install it directly on the computer. I did it this way so I could show two methods in this same video. And the third method would be to directly clone the VHDX that I'm sharing in the Discord group Legacy to the client's drive or your own drive that you're going to install in that computer. Just make sure you choose the right version. BIOS for old machines and UE5 for new ones. All right? So let's wait. Attention, it's about to restart here. Here, right away, I'm going to stop my Hyper-V as soon as it restarts. Just like that. All right, now let's go to the machine. Here we basically have the computer with its guts exposed. Don't mind this mess right now. The important thing is to test this drive we're about to install, which already has our freshly installed 365. Guys, look, now it's all fully connected here with all the components, all the attachments. Let's turn it on. Let's test it. Let's go over to this side. Like I said, sorry for the mess, you know. What I forgot, guys, the VGA cable, guys, the VGA cable, watch how it's going to give us video. Funny stuff, but this is a video where I don't have anyone helping me right now. All right, now let's go over to this side. There it is. That's why it wasn't working. Done? And finally, guys, we've reached glory. Give it a like. And just so you can see, let's go straight to the task manager to check which processor we're on. Anyway, it's performance, and there we have it. Don't forget to follow us on all social media. Until next time. And remember, learn and share your knowledge. I'll see you in the Discord and WhatsApp groups. Bye.